So now why should you care about working capital? We get that question a lot. What is working capital? Why do I care about it? The reason you care about it is because if you are buying a company or selling a company, working capital is one of those critical pieces of the transaction that is expected to be worked out between the buyer and seller before you get to closing. A definition of working capital, a really quick analogy, is the buyer is buying your business. It's kind of like buying a car. If you're buying a car, you want to make sure that you've got the fuel to run that vehicle. And the same goes when a buyer is buying a business. Working capital is essentially that fuel that's going to help that business go for the next 30, 60, 90 days. So the buyer wants to make sure that, hey, when I buy this business, I've got the fuel to run this thing the way that I'm expecting and the way that the seller used to run it. On the seller side, they care about working capital because they want to go, hey, I've got some extra stuff in this business that I'm not necessarily selling to the buyer. I want to know how much of my reserved cash and other things I can pull out of the business, but still leave enough of that working capital in the business so that the buyer can run the business moving forward. So again, working capital, it's a negotiated item between buyer and seller. Sometimes the buyer brings it all to the table. Sometimes the seller provides it. But again, it's an important piece of the deal and you should care about it because it ultimately will dictate, hey, how much money goes into your pocket and how much money is going to be there to help run this company. Again, if you're a buyer and you're going to buy that company.